Hello, welcome to the last ever qualifying in the autumn of 2024 for Formula One eSport. We're at the Losail International Circuit, just like F1 this weekend. I mean, you're watching it a few days later, but actually sprint qualifying is starting in a few minutes, and so we decided to push our session forward just a few moments ago. So this is very spontaneous, but welcome anyway to this circuit that's very quick in the game. I don't have the track map here actually with the corner numbers and everything, but it doesn't matter too much in qualifying. Lots of big corners. It doesn't matter which car you pick, the track is actually quite tight, I would say, but the corners are pretty big, and I think that's why the circuit is so fast in the game. You can go flat out from that big hairpin after the kind of S section all the way till turn 1. Then there's this switchback section, double right-hander, and into the tightest hairpin we go. You can track extend there as Mad Max is in the way of Pigeon and also Skibbity, I believe. And Pigeon seems to be a bit upset with the driver in the completely black car. I think he should be driving for Red Bull. I thought he was banned from the server. I think I said that in a video. But anyway, Guillermo's also in the black car, which is actually Sauber, but Sauber doesn't exist here. So it's the car that I always pick in the lobby. The special livery for McLaren is still here because I didn't have time to change it, but yeah, doesn't matter. You can of course keep that for multiple rounds. And it's actually very interesting. I'm completely thrown off the straight path in my commentary. But look at who is not here. Look at who is here. Krastenet and only Krastenet for McLaren. Guillermo is in the black car, of course. I guess that he's qualifying for McLaren because F1 fan isn't here. The man that is now only 3 points behind Piggy in the Drivers' Championship. Piggy has scored the maximum of points, including fastest lap, that he could have scored in the rounds that he participated in, but he did not participate in the last 2 races. And F1 fan scored a podium in every round that he's competed in, and that's one more than Piggy did. And that's why we have this amazing finale, and Piggy isn't here, as well as no other Williams, I believe. And that is very worrying because Williams will once again not have a car inside the, I don't know how many drivers of which of the ones that qualify here will be there in 2 days time, but I guess it's all of them almost. So yeah, it's gonna be like P7 at best for Williams. We see a lot of teamwork around this track actually. Ferrari did earlier on. Brazilus is back here Matt is kind of heavily impeded because they just both went to the right at the same time. And Kato as well. He has scored 2 second places so far, and it's the only 2 races that he's competed in at Spa and Baku. And Kato right now is on the front row. Krasnit's got the fastest lap. I'd be very surprised if he gives his position to a F1 fan on Sunday. But yeah, I'm not sure what Guillermo's doing because normally he's been racing for Alpine, but he's of course part of the McLaren family. Alpine's kind of the sister team now of McLaren, which is also the only reason that Alpine have scored points this season so far. But yeah, it's not looking good for Piggy, who has won the first 4 races, not competed ever since. I'm not sure. Doesn't he care about being the first champion of this league anymore? I mean, this season's only a test but it will probably be even more serious next season, when this league follows the F1 calendar. So yeah, that is the hairpin that I meant, of course. Then we go through the 3 apex right-hander, also very close to the curbs, and flat out through the second to last corner. Yeah, as I said, everything's flat. You also have a lot of runoff in the last corner, and these cars are quick in the corners anyway. Pigeon and Skibidi in 5th and 4th. So their teamwork not working out too perfectly. McLaren got all 3 of their drivers, including Guillermo now, into Q2, and they were the only ones that were in Q2 then, because we just had 7 drivers in Q1. So yeah, that was kind of convenient for them. And that's why they scored so many points. And also right now, they seemingly have the front row. Of course, this is only Q1, so yeah. 4 drivers will be eliminated again. Last time it was 3, as I said, in Q2. This time it will be 5 drivers. As Guillermo is now towing Krasnodar. And 1 minute is left on the clock. I didn't talk about Robo20 so far. Teammate of Matt this time. There is a fight between RB and Haas for 4th in the Teams Championship. Haas pretty much only having Matt as their driver throughout this season. Majumdar, I think, did 1 race, but that's it. So yeah, now Robo20 is also there for company. Right now he's only in 9th and last position, just 200s behind Brazilas though, and it's all pretty close. There's a bit of a gap between now Robo's improved, so Brazilas now at the back of the grid, then Mad Max in 8th, and the times run out. Let's see who will cross the line first. Will it be Pigeon to end the session? He gives slipstream to Skibidi as they cross the line, and yes, that is it. They stay in 5th and 4th. Matt, I think, doesn't improve his position. Krasnodar and Guillermo all cross the line too. And they stay at the front, then it's Cato. And Mad Max just gets himself up into P5 and out of danger. He ties with Pigeon on time though. Oh no, so yeah, no, he doesn't get out of danger. Because if they tie, then of course it comes down to who said it first. And that is Pigeon. So sadly, Mad Max will be eliminated, Matt will be eliminated, Robo as well, and Brazilas for Ferrari in 9th and currently at the back of the grid. So that is the first win for RB, the first decisive moment in the Teams Championship today, apart from the fact that Williams is not here. Krasnodar now finally ends. Yeah, Krasnodar actually wasn't across the line yet. 5 cars in Q2. They also all turn around and go for the flying lap immediately, apart from Cato, who's just warming up. 6 minutes to go in the final qualifying session under the lights here at the Sail International Circuit. As we round that very long hairpin, this one's got a pretty sharp entry actually, but it's just very wide in the exit. And through the long sweepers in the last section of the track, and flat out across the line. And here we go now with Cato onto the flying lap into turn 1, very close to the curb, and also trying to make sure that you keep the nice racing line for turn 2. Then lift off the throttle a little bit. That's, I think, the most difficult part of the track there, the double right-hander. Oh, and then overdoing it a little bit out of turn 7, that is. Now I got the track map here. I'm just taking the shortest distance through these corners. And across the line we go for the first time with Kato. He goes into second place. Krasnet on his first lap has actually set a faster time already. Guillermo's now in the slipstream. He still has got the livery. Probably that's supposed to be Alpine. As Pigeon is next to the track, but not on it, letting the others by, and still working together with Skibidi to get themselves further away from Haas in the starting grid. As Guillermo has set the same time. I think I was actually watching him while he did that as Krustenet, but of course setting it after the Spaniard. He is in third in the Drivers' Championship, scoring 3 podiums so far, and of course he is on a streak, taking 3 pole positions in a row in the last races, and he's the only one to do so in repeat fashion. Laguna, Malik and P did so in the first 6 races. We're here at the 7th and final round. So yeah, not a 10 race calendar in this trial season. And speaking of trial, there's a poll going on the Discord server regarding safety car to be trialed in the race in 2 days time. Of course, something that's already in place in UEL, and of course works a lot better in league races with actual rules where you can get penalized for not respecting them. And it would just be a lot more realistic and a lot more fun if we had that in 2025 as well. We also saw the safety car already in at Qatar in UEL. There it was in the first round. And as I was just talking over it, I did not take a look at the top of my screen to see Kato with a 34.88 and now Krasner with a 34.67. There's still a lot of pace in this track, and he's looking to take a 4th pole position in a row, and that would be more than half of the season. Yeah, it's actually quite a lot and pretty impressive. So Kato now only on the front row. Guillermo P3 still above the 35 mark. Then Pigeon and Skibidi in the V-Carbs, sadly still in 4th and 5th. They had the same result last time out at Brazil, but could not convert it as much as they wanted. Actually, let me take a look. Did they score more points than Haas even? Yes, no they didn't. Haas scored 11 points and they scored 7 at Brazil, so the gap got bigger. But they're still giving it everything, but can't quite come close to the McLarens. And Kato, the UMRL World Champion, highly regarded player in all of the leagues, also on PC. And right now he's in the front row here. Would be his best qualifying in any time. He's not taken a pole position in any of them. And right now Krasnet is looking to deny that F1 fan will step into a McLaren. No matter if it's Krasnet's or Guillermo's, he will be somewhere at the front in 2 days time to maximize everything. Or Piggy says that he doesn't race. That's also a possibility. Well, yeah, F1 fan should. And oh, and that's Pigeon disconnecting from qualifying. He was already in P5, and once again it's going to be a DNF. He will of course still be starting in P5 then. And I think Kato now is the one to end qualifying. Doesn't improve his time, but he got close on his last attempt. But he won't deny crossing it. Can anybody else do so? Guillermo's now next to cross the line. 35.15. It's also close to his personal best. Krasner comes close to his too. But everything stays the same at the front. Skibidi, yeah, is still running out there. Can he maybe get closer to the front? He's only 300th of a second behind Guillermo. Through the last corner we go. I think it was flat out there. Everything looking good in terms of racing line, but it wasn't enough over the course of the entire lap this time around. So he starts in P4. Pigeon, his teammate, will be 5th. And yeah, we saw the rest of the lineup already in Q1. So it will be extremely tough for Williams and Piggy to turn this around in the Drivers' Championship. Even harder in the Constructors. They would need a 1-2 and McLaren not scoring any points, so they're just barely hanging on to it mathematically after Brazil. And yeah, it looks like F1 fan will win this. It's unbelievable after the first half of the season, but yeah, let's hope that Piggy will give him a run for his money still in 2 days' time, and I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching.